Chairman,
John LeBlanc.
and Josh is absent.
Did
Okay. I didn't hear from
hear from
him,
him?
so I don't know. Sometimes he comes in late.
And we're being recorded by LakeCAM.
We are. And I think I got the go-ahead. Yes, we did. All right, so let's get started. First on the agenda is a request for a certificate of compliance for 76 Riverside.
Lakeside. Yeah, we got it.
What did I say? Yeah. Lakeside Avenue, yes. And
Is this something you went out and looked at the site, Mr. Chair?
yes, I did. Everything looked, it looked very good. As a matter of fact, I was satisfied with the, what I had seen originally versus what it looks like now. Growth is very sturdy. I don't see any erosion anywhere. I expected someone, that's why I'm hesitant. I expected someone to be here with us, but we don't really need it for a certificate of
Did you have a
compliance.
concern that you wanted to address with them? Or you just spoke to them and?
I did, but it has nothing to do with conservation.
Now, this is not the guy that represented this lot when it first came before us, right?
Yes,
John Spink?
It is.
Is it
No,
somebody?
it's this guy Smith.
Smith is the owner?
He's the engineer who
Okay.
did the work.
Alan Smith, Smith is the property owner.
Well, he's the applicant.
He's the applicant.
Okay.
You want to hold
Tough
off?
on
Well, we have a letter from a professional engineer.
John Spink, but
Yeah,
From Spink, right.
But it refers to 76 Lakeside Ave, as built.
Mhm.
Yep.
And you inspected it yourself.
Yeah, I expected someone to be here.
I mean, I'm comfortable.
Yep.
Well, good then? Like I said, I have no objection to it.
Was it a septic system? Is that what?
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
So as long as the Board of Health?
it's a fairly steep slope behind the house, or on the pond side of the house, I should say. But like I said, there's no indication of erosion. Everything seems to be in good shape. They just, my concern was they just blacktopped the driveway, and it's really, really narrow, and it's winding. And you drive by another garage, and there's not a whole lot of room, especially if you're coming in with a truck. But that's,
Or if there's snow in the driveway, it'll be fun.
yeah, good luck to them.
Oh,
But
that's
now
not-
I know where
so
this
this
is. That's all welling on that inside. I went out there
So
with
Is the
Niles.
driveway in the buffer zone?
No,
Part of it?
it's a part of the upland on the other side of the house.
So it's nothing that pertains to
No.
the board.
One of the concerns when I first went there was the number of trees that they were gonna have to cut because of this design for the
Right.
driveway. And I said, well, how many trees? And he said 100. I said, well, if you're gonna take down 100 trees, we're talking a notice of intent. But they,
I do have a question now.
sure,
This isn't just for the septic system. There was a wetland replication in this too. No?
not that I'm aware of.
I think you're thinking of a different Lakeside Avenue.
Okay.
That's the long one that used to be.
Yeah,
Mrs.
that
Pink's
it goes
property.
all the way around like that. Yeah, that's a different
It
one.
might be.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
know
think
which
you
one.
went out with Niles to a Mrs. Pink's. I don't know if it's the same property.
Oh, that's right. It
Oh,
was
Pink
it
and
was
Spink.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pink and.
Spink is different, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
if that's
but
the one
Pinks
you're
are on
thinking
the other side of the road. Pinks
Pinks
are on the lakeside.
They were on the lakeside.
Yeah, no, this was on the other
So I went out
side.
with one with you, that was pink.
Yeah, and that was Catherine Pink.
Yes,
That's on Hemlock Shore.
right.
Yeah.
But that,
Small
all the
world
pinks are on the lakeside.
lakeside, yeah.
This was on the other side of the road over near like Rosie's house.
Oh, I don't know.
And that the driveway went in and out, and I thought that, I guess I'm just wondering what the original order of conditions or the original NOI was for. If it was just a septic system,
I
that's
think
one thing.
That's all it was. I don't remember any replication.
Did you see the original NOI?
Yeah,
Oh, all right, so,
all right, well then, do we have, somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the request for certificate of compliance for 76 Lakeside Ave.
Is there a second?
We'll second that.
With a little bit of discussion?
Sure.
Certainly.
I guess I just it seems like there's some confusion. I just want to make sure that we're not approving something, just without making sure that the loop is closed. Within this motion to approve, could we do it contingent on the chair confirming
That it was just
all portions of the NOI have been completed and, you know, as stated?
yeah.
And I'm sure you've probably already just glanced at it, but like I say, it just seems like there's some question.
Well, he's been out to the property though.
And you only
but
looked
if
at the
there's
septic system.
some hanging, work, I wanna make sure we've got it covered.
So do we wanna not approve?
We've got 30 days automatically
30 days from the time they put the request in, or 30 days from this
from
meeting?
tonight.
And
Because we got this on November 17th, which is
But I like the motion like Mark's saying,
Yeah.
as long as is
cover all the bases.
cover all the
because our
work.
next meeting will be January 10,
Mhm.
unless we're gonna meet like the day after the Christmas holiday.
No.
That, and nobody's gonna be probably around that week.
That's not
so,
happening, no.
So I'm sort of impartial. I just wanna make sure that we do our job properly.
Yeah, no, I think if we condition it the way you're suggesting, Mark, we're covered.
I'm trying to take a quick peek online. You know,
Yeah, I'm
when they
trying
put
to too.
up, they
Yeah.
Tell you, if there was, they usually will state if there was a film, a replication area or something. How old is this?
864, 192, 864.
192.8. All right, that's not bad. All right, right here.
Yeah, not that far back, 91.
Yep, here we go. Yeah, Alan Smith.
Yep,
Yep.
Septic retaining wall driveway improvements.
yeah, the retaining wall, because they needed the soil to have enough cover over the system.
They don't have anything for technical comments, and they have nothing about inland or coastal resource areas being altered.
Yep.
On this, so it says.
But the
septic
driveway was
retaining wall,
included.
Driveway improvements.
Yeah.
So even though the septic is done in the retaining wall, do you wanna revisit it because it is including the driveway that you mentioned concerns?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why not?
Or just,
Why
again,
don't we
condition
continue it till
it
the
to,
next meeting and,
I'm sure, I mean, this is a house that's inhabited right now, right? I mean, we're not
Yes.
preventing anyone from being in the house.
No,
It's been occupied the entire time,
Yeah,
right?
it's funny, the first time I went there and I walked down the driveway and there was no one home, knocked on the door and whatnot, and people next door came out. He said, what are you doing here? I don't, I can go either way,
What was the issue with the driveway?
it was my issue, it was just, it had nothing to do with conservation, it was the layout of the driveway that was so winding. And when I asked him about the driveway, then he brought up the issue of trees, and I asked him how many, and that's when he said 100.
Okay.
And I said, no, 10, okay.
But the work's done now. How
Oh, yeah,
many
the work's
trees
all
did they
done.
take down?
I didn't count them, but,
It wasn't 100.
oh God, wasn't 10.
there's a lot of wetland, but if it's the one I'm thinking of, there's a lot of wetland there. And the
High
driveway
water
was
table.
really close
Yeah.
to, and it was maybe supposed to be slanted away, so it didn't go into the wetland.
Where did you see the wetland, on what side of the house?
Of the driveway, where the driveway goes in on the inside like that.
No,
If
there's-
it's the one I'm thinking of.
There are no wetlands anywhere near
No?
that, no.
Well, then why did they come to us?
separate side of the house where the septic
It's on
was
the other
done?
side of the house,
Bonsai's on the other side, right.
but no wetlands near
No-
the driveway?
No wetlands on the uphill
All
side.
right, then I guess it's not the one I'm thinking of. It's, I go by it all the time and I just always question that. I know
You
there
can't
was-
see it from,
You can't see it from the road?
oh God, no. It's too far in,
Because it's one of those long skinny lots.
yep.
It's a good sized lot, but it's got a lot of acreage to it.
And the houses on either side are, right up against it. So you don't even know it was there unless you went through the vegetation and saw it hanging.
I guess maybe going forward, I'd just like to see what the work was supposed to be before we do a order of conditions.
Generally, what we
I mean,
get a
before
lot,
we do a certificate of
a lot
compliance
of
that we're
times,
seeing
yeah.
all the work.
a lot of times when we get a request, the engineer will append the original order of conditions for us to look at, which is always a nice touch, and we don't have to go digging for it.
Suppose
Anyway,
if I would have to choose, I'd go with Mark's suggestion that we just.
Yeah, I like that as a suggestion, absolutely. Approve it
That we
with
condition it.
contingencies. So would you want to restate that?
So John's motion for approval be amended to include the condition that upon further review, the chair confirm that all work completed matches the notice of intent.
second,
So we're voting on the motion to
amend?
To amend.
Yeah.
Right, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Aye.
Now on the original motion,
We had a motion and a second that has been now amended, so I think you're ready to take a vote on that too.
okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
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 Thanks, Jamie.
I'm gonna vote for it, but I think in the future, we need to lock this down.
Yep.
I agree. It's just, I think with the timing,
I mean, we shouldn't be, in my opinion, we shouldn't be predicating our decisions on somebody's memory.
Mhm.
So, like in this case, maybe we could have had the original order of conditions here. You
Yeah,
know,
usually, well,
that's all I'm saying.
yeah. no,
But
agree with that.
I agree too.
All right, so
Okay. Down with
we
one
done with
down.
that? Next, we have let's do this. Continuation for Staple Shore.
And I brought that filing along, Mark, it's sitting right there. That's just to have it here,
okay?
just in case.
And I can bring my board to feed it, but.
Because I know we wanted some more information from you.
Yeah. So, I guess, for the record, my name is Peter Backus, B-A-C-K-H-A-U-S, with Ty and Bond. I'm an environmental scientist representing the City of Taunton Water Division for the tree removal project that I discussed last meeting. So leaving last meeting, we were talking about going to Middleborough, getting approval, doing a joint order of conditions. In the meantime, we heard back from Natural Heritage, and they have identified 2 turtles of concern, RT, and as well as they'd like us to do a mussel survey.
Always the freshwater mussels, you know.
Yeah, we're still working with them on the mussels because we're, with the work, as I described last meeting, we're gonna try to bring all the trees back. We're not gonna go in the water, not go in the sand, you know, unless somebody drops a tree in there, we'll drag it out. But we're trying to make sure they don't do that. So we're hoping that, you know, if we're not disturbing the water, we're just removing a bit of shade, which isn't contingent on their typical habitat, that we can not have to do the survey of the mussels and just stay out of the water completely. So we're still working with Natural Heritage on that through there. But they did, as I think you put in the letter in the agenda, they do have the eastern box turtle and the northern red-bellied cooter.
Cooter on there, yeah.
Yep. So we are working through right now on habitat assessments for those. We'll get those to Natural Heritage in the next, hopefully, week or 2. I'm not sure how long their turnaround time is right now, but hopefully before next meeting here. Though I'm not gonna hold my breath on that one. So yeah, we're working on the habitat assessment there, so that's set. Instead of working on the mussels with them. The other thing you asked for last time was just about an operations manual for the dam. We are working with City of Taunton now. We found the original from 2012. The last one they had by CDM Smith. We're updating it because there were a couple outdated figures on it, or instructions on it. So for next time, we should hopefully have that ready. It's pretty much still, you know, we're trying to get them to stay biannually. They're still doing daily visual inspections. They still have to check the water levels daily, but also with the rest of the operations manual, the engineers are working on the water level of the lake, the pump station, stuff like that. So that's out of my realm. I'm the environmental scientist, not the engineer. So.
And I heard you say CDM, Camp Tressler McGee. Haven't heard that name for quite a while. They were the ones that were involved in 2012.
They were, yeah. We just, that's when we dug the plan out.
That's who it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they changed their names, Kim Tresser and McGee, and there's a 4th one.
Smith.
That's it,
Smith.
Yeah.
CDM Smith,
Smith,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So they were the last ones to do the plan, 2012, and I think the emergency action plan's been updated, but the actual O&M manual was exactly how they left it. So we're working with the City of Taunton on that, get that ready. I think that was it. Do you remember anything else?
No, I guess I was just wondering in the I think you overstated what you were doing in the beginning when you put working on land underwater. If you
Yes.
hadn't put that
I
in there, you
know.
wouldn't have to do the mussels.
Yeah, we're learning. Yeah, this is my first dam project and the engineer's first dam project, at least with working over that. So
What is the starting date proposed for this?
we are hoping
ASAP or?
Yeah, as soon as
Yeah.
we get the order of conditions, we're hoping to go out, especially now with the turtles, if we can get them while they're still hibernating and not moving around.
What are my thoughts? Yeah.
Yeah, so we're hoping if we can hear back by mid-January from Natural Heritage, we could, hopefully wrap this up with you in Middleborough, end of January, early February, bid it out.
Because they were saying, don't you do a thing there until you get everything done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're hoping maybe if that's done early March and be out of there. I mean, we started talking a little bit with some potential bidders, and it's like they said that's a week job for them, to go in and clear all that out, especially since they're chipping and hauling off.
Yeah, you had said that in the Lakeville part of it, maybe a day.
Yeah, it's gonna be 800 feet on your side there
That's
too.
it, and all the rest is,
Yeah, the rest is the other 2,000 feet is.
Yeah, right,
Middleborough.
right.
Let's
I went
get
to
the
the-
sweet turtles.
I went to
Yeah.
the first Middleborough meeting, but I'm so glad I didn't go to the second Middleborough meeting. I watched it
Yeah.
live on cable because you didn't come on till almost 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it was.
And you
about-
were on for about 4 minutes,
Yeah,
if that.
I was sitting there on Zoom.
I'm like,
the whole
boy, I'm
time.
glad I didn't go to that.
So,
So Middleborough continued it, which we probably should too until we hear back from.
Is there a date that we're gonna meet January 10th and then January 24th would be our next two dates.
And I don't remember when the next Middleborough meeting is.
it is, so they have one on the 5th and the 19th. We're really hoping for the 5th, but based on how the back and forth I'm having with Natural Heritage on the mussels right now, just to get that removed, I think we're probably gonna be the 19th for them. But maybe the 14th would work for yours as well, which would be great because then we could start working on the joint.
24th.
10th or 24th.
Oh, 10th or 24th. Oh, sorry, maybe the 10th. I was looking at the wrong line.
So we could always tonight continue until the 10th.
Mhm.
And if you feel like it didn't work because of Middleborough's outcome,
Yeah,
you could just
You can always.
email,
change
just a
the
request to continuous,
that's what I'm doing
continuance,
with
and
them
we'll
as
just,
well. So the 5th sound realistic at the time, but I'll probably continue with them by email as well, so.
all right, so I make a motion to continue the Staple Shores Road dam improvements until January 10th at 7 PM.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank
luck.
you. Yes, thanks.
Thanks.
It's gonna be my first turtle survey in this city, so.
Merry Christmas.
That's why we're going easy on you.
It seems not too bad. I think as I said, we overstated it was the work, the land in the water, and with the turtles, it is habitat, so it is genuinely habitat. So I was wondering, I just didn't know which species they have present when we first applied.
Sounds good. Well, good luck to you.
Is the
Have a
show?
good holiday. All right, next, we have an RDA for 2 Main Street.
I don't think it's printed, but Laurie emailed me the notices to the abutters.
There should only be one.
I thought there were 2,
Um,
but I got them anyway, so.
Yeah, well, we're filing, we filed this, I think I was the applicant, and the owner is different, so that's why we sent out the notification.
Gotcha, okay.
Because that's required. So, full disclosure, Niles and I are purchasing this piece. This is directly across the street from our present office, at 3 Main Street, so this is 2 Main Street.
You know where all that wetland is?
So, this is, we're purchasing this actually in hopes of constructing our future office on this parcel. So this is directly across from our office. We had, Bob Gray did the wetland delineation on this property, or for this site. And this was before we surveyed it, but what he did was, this parcel was previously owned by, Mr. Stryer. And he owned, 2 Main Street and various trusts. 2 Main Street, this is 198 South Main Street, Middleborough, this being the town line, and then 194 South Main Street, Middleborough. So Bob Gray delineated the entire line, which happens to be just off of the property.
How long ago was that?
This was this year.
Okay.
Yep, so, it had previously been delineated by Outback, and Bob went in and was able to find their flags, but hung his flags where he felt that they fit. We located his flags, had a full survey done, and the reason we filed for the RDA, not an ANRAD, is because there's no wetlands technically on the property, so the fee would be zero. But an RDA has a $75 or $50 town fee to approve it, to just agree with the resource. So Bob came by and took a look. Right now, there's actually a bulldozer out on front with a machine. They're doing some work out in the front, kind of some clearing and everything else. But they're outside of the 100-foot buffer. And
Some work over the past couple of years, there's been some cutting and work done in there, yeah.
yeah, I
Was
think
Denny Stryer doing that? Or?
they must have, because they got our ears, our eyes were curious. And a lot of people asked them what's going across from you. We had no idea.
I
And
remember me asking you.
I think you might have asked, a lot of people asked. We had no idea, and nothing actually ever happened at that point.
Right.
But the Stryers did sell the parcel, and then we're buying this from one of the people that bought the parcel. So tonight, all we're looking for is just an agreement on the resource line itself, or where it's located off the parcel here. We're also in front of Middleborough at their next hearing for the two pieces in Middleborough itself, for the same exact thing with an RDA for each parcel. We understand for our site plan, we've got site plan review, we've got notice of intent, because we'll definitely be within 100 feet. There will be drainage, there will be site work, so we expect to be in front of you for a notice.
Who, Bob?
Yes.
Who did the delineation?
Bob Gray,
Well, great.
Oh,
Sedation.
did you look?
Yeah.
You went out and looked at it?
Yeah, I didn't walk the line,
Okay,
no.
well, the funniest thing was, and it took me a while at home because we always say a negative determination is good, but
It's
this
good.
is a positive determination.
Yeah, I think it's a positive.
It's a positive
to agree with
2A,
them. Yes,
okay?
Yep.
Okay, all
Yep.
right.
yeah, but Bob
That,
Gray,
because I kept looking, I'm reading it, and I'm like, positive's not supposed to be good, but
no, it's usually
it's a
not.
2A,
Yep,
right?
I believe you're
Which
correct.
the boundary I'm just gonna read it. The boundary delineations of the following resource areas described on the reference plan are confirmed as accurate. Therefore, the resource area boundaries confirmed in this determination are binding as to all decisions rendered pursuant to the Wetland Protection Act. So that, we're just saying that,
Yes.
it's like almost like an ANRAD, but
Correct.
different.
Exactly.
And we're just saying that that's correct, but you still have to come back if you do any work in the 100-foot buffer zone.
No question, and
Okay.
we will be back, because we
Okay.
definitely have plans to work in the buffer zone.
Okay.
So we'll be back with a filing. I plan on filing with planning and probably conservation at the same time, so Mark will get a double dose of us.
Just gonna say.
Yep, and I think from planning board, we're gonna be asking for 2 of the density waivers as well, I believe.
Are you, I'm getting
No, go ahead.
topic tonight,
Yep.
but you mentioned reference 3 lots.
Yep.
2 in Middleborough and that one.
So we're acquiring this lot and this lot. And actually, there's a small sliver of the third. We went in front of Middleborough Planning Board, and to get the 70,000 square feet for Lakeville zoning, that's what we had to do. We spoke with Nate and got a zoning opinion from him. So we're purchasing this piece, this lot, and then there's a sliver of what would have been what is the third lot is now gonna be joined in as one big parcel. We'll be doing an 81X plan, lumping it all together as one lot.
So will you hold a Lakeville address or a Middleborough address?
The building is gonna be completely in Lakeville, and we'll be holding a Lakeville address. Actually, just to note, we're planning on putting the majority of the drainage in Middleborough, because we're a split lot, but we're gonna have the building in Lakeville along with parking and probably the septic system, will be in
I
Lakeville.
can see moving day, the office crew racing back and forth across.
You know how hard it is to walk across that street?
I'm
It's
full
not
of
easy.
file folders.
Well, I thought you were gonna make a walking bridge.
Well, yeah, there's a bridge that's going in, yeah. Bob was gonna help us build it.
Well, I don't see that on the plan.
No,
It'll be on one of the future plans.
a future plan, yeah, so, but that's this parcel, and that's why I'm as the applicant on this, and why we had the notification to an abutter. Or not an abutter, I'm sorry, to the property owner.
Yeah, you are listed as a representative.
Okay,
Yep.
so, all set, I'm gonna make a motion that we issue a positive determination 2A.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None?
Excellent, thank
There you
you.
go.
Appreciate your time tonight.
It's not
Good
tonight.
luck with the
Made me do my
endeavor.
homework.
Thank you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Good
Merry
luck.
Christmas.
Yeah, you too. Merry Christmas.
Hopefully you'll have a little more packing.
Yeah, this will definitely
Oh,
have
yeah.
parking.
Either that or buy smaller pickup trucks.
We started buying the Tacomas.
Yeah, I know.
They're nice trucks. Just, everything's so expensive now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I can't believe I got a 2022, $44,000 for a Tacoma.
Yeah.
And it's not even ultra, super high end,
Yeah,
just,
That's actually not a bad deal.
oh, I am, especially for as long as I drive them. I generally go 300,000 miles in 25 or 30 years with my vehicles.
Getting minutes is getting all this.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I was gonna say, I haven't even seen minutes to look at.
No, we haven't done,
We didn't get them.
no,
It might be still short staffed.
no new business, no old business. Just hopes that this is the last one of the year.
For the year?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
He beat you to it, John.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You